Hey everybody, Philipp Schaedler here with my monthly real estate report. Really quick, I'm going to make this as short as possible. Let me just share my screen and show you what we will be talking about today. So the current 30-year fixed mortgage rates are around 5.1%. Can you believe it? It actually dropped that much. Now here's the interesting thing. When you go to Mortgage News Daily, let me just refresh that. It is 5.99. So this is a huge difference. So I have a lender that can actually get you a 30-year fix at 5.1. If you're interested, please connect with me and send me a message. And also what's new is the administration is considering a depreciation deductions for your primary residence. I think that's a great idea because let's say you purchased your home during COVID and you overpaid and you have a negative equity and you sell, you could actually use that for deductions on your taxes, which I think would be a fair thing to do. The Dream for All Down Payment Assistance Program, which is this right here. So if you go to CalHFA, California Housing Finance Agency, and it's actually opening today. So portals are opening 2/24/26. And it's closing on March 16th. So it's important to know what this is. Some of you may know what it is, some may not. So let me just point this out really quick. The target audience is first-generation home buyers. Neither you or your parents have owned a home in the last 7 years. It's kind of a strange requirement because typically after 3 years, you're automatically a first-time home buyer again if you haven't owned a property in 3 years. But in this particular program, they extended it to 7 years. The assistance amount is up to 20% of the home purchase price used for a down payment and closing costs. So, and I believe the maximum is 150,000 that they will give you. The repayment structure is what's important here. This is something to really pay attention to. The repayment structure, the loan is repaid only when the home is sold, refinanced, or transferred, along with the portion of the home's appreciation. So it gets a little bit complicated because let's just say they give you 20%, right? Now, when you sell your house in 5 years, 10 years from now, you have to give them 20% of their equity, not just the down payment that they gave you, which may have been 150,000, whatever equity gain you have accumulated with your property at that time needs to be paid back. Now, some people say this is kind of a tricky thing to do. I would say if it's the only way to get in, I would consider it because last time they had this program, they had initially $500 million made available, and then they scaled it down to 300 million. And I believe in about 2-3 weeks, the entire program was gobbled up because people got in line and applied. And it helped about 2,000 families get into a home. So it does work. It's just a bit crowded, and you got to do your homework, and you really got to pay attention of what you're getting into because you don't want to be having a surprise where you don't realize that you have to pay this back. Eligibility must be a first-time home buyer, meet income limits based on county, and have a minimum credit score of 660 to 680. That's important, yeah. The broader trends and outlook for 2026, market feels picky, high-quality homes in desirable areas. In general, the west side in LA move faster while others sit longer. This is interesting because I've had this experienced this myself. I had a buyer come in from Germany who wanted to buy a house, a luxury house. We looked in West Hollywood. And some of the places were 168 days. There was a price range of 3.5 and 5.7. Some beautiful properties, some were brand new construction, 2 of them. But they're sitting a long time where other ones sell quicker. And it's hard to tell exactly why. Maybe it's the location or I don't know what else it could really be. But it is a bit fickle, the market. There's no widespread collapse, with some analysts noting that small price dips in late 2025, in general, 1.2 year over year in LA. Yes, there were some price dips for sure, but remember also sometimes people overprice their properties, which I really don't recommend anytime, but especially not in this market. But expecting a seasonal spring rebound. We do have higher inventory because there's less activity, right? But inventory is still floating in. Forecast for the rest of 2026 generally points to modest price growth of 1.1 to 4% overall, flat low single-digit appreciation varying by neighborhood. Malibu land for sale. Yes, so I have a listing here. And I will put the link of the video in the YouTube description area, which I recommend. It's 2.1 acres, incredible views, right? 180 degrees views. You can see the sunrise and the sunset. It's literally set up that way from that vantage point. It's right up here. 2.1 acres. The closest point on the bottom is about 300 to 400 feet away from the ocean water. could possibly build 2 houses. There was a house up here, but it got lost in the fire. So the owner is now selling this lot. We had a couple of developers call, but nothing definite yet. But if you're interested or know somebody that would love to build a amazing house here in Malibu at the Big Rock area, let me know. And then also here we have a listing that's under contract right now in Brentwood. Great area too. We do accept backup offers. It's virtually staged right now. Brand new floor, 1,651 square feet. Amazing area because it's right where Barrington San Vicente comes together. Walking distance to Baltier Restaurant, coffee shops, pretty much just, it's an amazing location. So if you know somebody that's interested in making a backup offer, let me know. The number you can reach me here is 310-918-2260. And this is it for today. If you have any real estate related question, please feel free to reach out anytime. And so far, thank you for watching for today. Thank you for your time.